Hello, 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 and welcome to the iShine podcast. I am your host, Angela Lewis A. Love. I'm so excited to be here today because, as you just saw, we are highlighting and spotlighting the SheEO District Conference. Yes, the time has come. We are about to embark on a phenomenal weekend this weekend, December the 10th and the 11th. So if you have not registered, what are you waiting on? Get those tickets so you can come and meet some of the amazing people that are part of the SheEO district. But not only that, we're not stopping there. We've got some amazing people that we are honoring, and one of the honorees, one of the recipients of the Excellence in Health Award is none other than Deliqua Isom. So I have her here with me. Deliqua, how are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I am doing fantastic, fantastic. And I'm so glad to have you here to be able to share with people because everybody knows health is of the utmost importance. And if we have somebody here who is exhibiting and exuding excellence in
Yep.
health, then listen, this is the place to be for all things health because let's just keep it real, Deliqua. Most people start talking about getting fit, getting healthy as it comes upon the new year. That's the top. I think that's probably the top number one resolution that everybody wants to lose weight and get healthy and get fit. And
Mhm.
then typically it's going to last what about 30 seconds? Well, I'm going to give them a little bit. I'm going to give them maybe about 46 hours.
No, we at 30 seconds.
Yes, because what you say, it all sounds good until you
Yeah,
have to put in the work, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. So for everybody who is coming in, please make sure to share this broadcast out. Tag somebody because y'all know, like I know, we put those resolutions out here, but Deliqua is getting ready to share some of her wisdom, some of her knowledge, some of the things that she has used to help people like us get ourselves together and make it not just a 30-second resolution, but a lifestyle change. And that's what we want to do, embrace that. So I'm
Mhm.
going to properly introduce her, Deliqua Isom. She's a mental wellness and fitness coach, an author, motivational speaker, president and CEO of the Flawless Foundation, and CEO of Flawless Fitness Spa and Flawless Fitness Apparel. Oh, yes, ma'am. She's out here doing her thing. She's a native of Orlando, Florida, and she has a passion for bringing out the best in others. I love that. I think that's just such a great thing because we all want to see people do well and win. So I love that. She began as a licensed cosmetologist over 19 years ago. Eventually, though, she found her purpose and it crossed over into fitness. The passion behind the profession started as a solution to address negative body image. And I think that's great because so many people have suffered from that,
Yeah.
have, been compared to different images. And so that's how she got started. And childhood traumas misshaped Deliqua into believing that she was somehow less than. Her breakthrough came when she began healing these emotional wounds. She quickly realized she was more than enough, and her experience wasn't isolated. She was set free by embracing forgiveness and love for herself. This sent Deliqua on a mission to restore the inner beauty within everyone she interacts with. Fitness transformed Deliqua's life through emotional, physical, and spiritual healing. Oh, that is such a powerful, powerful bio information about you. But as I read it, I want you to still share with the people
Yeah.
who Deliqua is.
Oh my God. First of all, I always tell people I am a spiritual being having a human experience daily, daily walking in purpose, daily trying to figure out and daily growing. My self-worth didn't stop with healing over 13 years ago. It is a journey that happens every day for me. Just being aware of who I am, my attitude, different people, being in different spaces, energy. So Delacroix, I'm God made, period. You know, a lot of people say, well, I'm self made. This, no, I'm truly God made and rediscovering myself through his word, through his purpose, through my personal experience with him and encounters that I've had through the word and just hearing his voice. So I am a very spiritual being, but I'm also human. I'm not perfect. by no shape form. I have plenty of flaws, which is flawless fitness, but that's just a part of who I am. I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother. Um, and I'm all that other stuff you said, a fitness coach and a brand ambassador for my own brand and a motivational speaker or author. But I'm also a friend. I'm a businesswoman. Um, I'm a creator, and I believe that we're on this earth to create and reproduce in
Mm.
multiple ways. So that is who I am.
Awesome. I love that because you really just kind of tapped into, when people start thinking about, just being a beautiful spirit here on earth, having an experience and wanting to have the best experience possible.
Yeah.
And so I see people coming on saying, beautiful, good evening, and they've shared the broadcast. So thank you so much. We appreciate it. And what I want to kind of tap into, because you did speak about the flawless part. And so that is your brand, and you're talking about flawless fitness, and you're talking about flawless apparel. And so you say fitness, flawless, I'm sorry, as heat is applied to a diamond, this process removes all impurities to become flawless. This applies to health and your overall well-being. And
Yeah.
so the heat part, that's the work that's involved in getting to where you need to go. So why do you feel like so many people have the desire to want to be fit and healthy, but like the discipline, I guess, for lack of a better word to say, of actually completing it and finding themselves on the other side of really what a healthy body looks like?
Mindset. I think it's individual mindset perception of what that is, what that looks like for them, and actually not having the discipline to actually do the work, because it is a commitment to self, not the trainer, not the meal prepper. It is a commitment to yourself to become the best possible healthy version of yourself. And that comes in different shapes and sizes. I've often been called, oh, you skinny, oh, you petite. But just because you're little or petite don't mean you're healthy, you know. And I think that's part of the misconception or the mindset that people have, because they look a certain way that they're good. You're
Mhm.
not, because there are things happening in your body that you are not physically or mentally aware of. And if you don't have the self-awareness to tap into what's going on within yourself, within your body, then you're going to stop. It's going to be a continuing process. So the mindset definitely has to be renewed, and the outlook and the perception of yourself has to be renewed in order to do a program and commit to a program.
Yes, and I'm glad you said mindset, because really and truly everything starts with a mindset.
Yeah.
You have to have your mind uh, already programmed to be committed to the things that you want to see success in. And for a
Yeah.
lot of people, when they talk about the two percenters, those are the people who are actually committed to achieving the goals that they have no matter what.
Mhm.
And so, when you go down this pathway, there are people who say, okay, I'm committed until it starts raining, or until you've had a long day at work, or until something else comes up. And then once you miss a day, instead of getting back in there, you just
Two,
let it fall
3,
off.
4, 5 days, and then you're like, okay, I can't go back. I can't finish. I got to start back over. If not now, then when? We have to make a commitment to say, okay, if I'm going to start, no matter what happens, no matter what happens in my day, I know that when I get to the gym, that this is my time for myself, to work on myself and to achieve those goals. A lot of times we achieve success in our careers, right? But if we're not healthy enough to enjoy that lifestyle that those careers are bringing us, what is the whole purpose of it? Life is about creating experiences. And if we're creating experiences, we want to be healthy to enjoy those experiences.
Oh, that's even better. Because again, when we talk about experiences, enjoying them, most times people don't even really consider health. The top thing people I think about is finances. Do you have the money to go and do the things? But at the end of the day, money doesn't matter if you aren't healthy enough to enjoy what the fruits of the money will get for you.
Right.
So I'm really glad that we are having this conversation, and super excited that the SheEO district is honoring you for excellence in health. So when you heard the announcement, when you heard that you were going to be awarded, what did you think?
My God. No, I was honored. I mean, just honored, because this is something that I feel like it means a lot to me, because I don't think I've ever gotten an award for anything, to be honest.
Really?
So yes, and so I'm always getting these things. Vote for the hottest this in Atlanta, and every year I vote faithfully, and I say I'm next. I'm
Mm-hmm.
as many texts as I get, I go on and vote, and every vote I cast, I say I'm next. I'm next didn't have to come from that. I just knew I was next in line to receive a award, and that was me speaking it and believing and aligning myself with excellence to receive the award. So yes, I was. I'm yeah. I'm floored. I'm extremely.
Listen, Kelly has popped on talking about, hey, hey, beautiful ladies, and she's come back with what? No way.
Yes, yes, yes.
That is so amazing because, again, when you see the things that you have put together to have your own brand, to, come from cosmetology and transition into fitness, to look at, body images and then take it to the level that you've taken it to, the expectation is for you to always be honored, to always have people, shout you out for the strides that you're making in this particular arena. So, very glad that we get to celebrate you for that.
I appreciate it. I don't get me started. I'm really honored because, like I said, I've never gotten an award before, and this is just something that, like, I just been waiting patiently on my time. So my time is now.
Your time is now, exactly. And Truth Honey Dior says, hello, Queens. Hello. Kelly came on and said, it's your time to shine. And that is exactly right. It's your time to shine. And I'm glad you said now, because sometimes, we wait and we think, okay, it's coming, and it never gets there. But you sometimes have to claim it. You have to. And it's so ironic because you're getting ready to do a workshop coming up here, Aligned to Manifest Vision Board Party. And again, it is about mindset, but aligning yourself so that you can manifest the things that you want. So
Right.
can you, and yes, walk in your truth. Absolutely. Absolutely. So share a little bit with us about aligning to manifest and how you came up with that.
Aligning to manifest is my life. It is my daily process, my daily regimen on life. Perception, pursuit, shoot. Perception, pursuit, progress. What
Mm-hmm.
is the perception of yourself, who you are currently? What is the progress, the steps that you have to take to align yourself to get the progress that you want to see, that desired life, the things that you deserve and desire? So it's not a let's cut out some pictures and put them on the board and let's no, mentally, who do you have to become to achieve that? What are the steps that you need to do to align yourself, your individual self, with becoming that? And people always say, I'm waiting on God. You're not waiting on God. You are not waiting on God. God is waiting on you to align yourself to give you those things that He placed in you as a child, that He already told you that you could have. And if you don't know what those things are what you naturally gravitate towards, your
Mm-hmm.
natural gifts. That we have to cultivate ourselves and come back to that and rediscover that. A lot of us is in corporate America on jobs that we hate. We'd
Right.
rather be pursuing our purpose, but we don't understand what our purpose is because we haven't taken the time to sit and say, what do I naturally like? What do I naturally gravitate for? What is my natural gift in time and serving, whatever it may be? So that's pretty much what the Line and Manifest Vision Board Party is going to be. It's going to be my daily life, me breaking down the steps and the tools that I've used to manifest the different things to happen in my life. So from
Mm.
yoga to meditation to not understanding that you have to speak something, but you must first conform your mind to believe it before you can even say it. And then begin to visualize it so that you can see it, which is the vision board. And then actually receive it in your life. So that's what.
Yes, and that's so powerful because, again, like you stated in the beginning, So many people are so excited about every year, let's do a vision board party and let me get the magazines and let me cut this out and let me do that without really doing the work that you need mentally to even manifest it and make it happen, because it is so much more than just cutting out cute pictures. Yes, Kelly comes back and says, yes, everything starts with the mind. Absolutely. And
Mhm.
so this year, hopefully, people will start to kind of approach things a little differently. Going into 2022, we don't have any time to waste. And so that means that you really need to sit down and do the work. You
Yes.
really need to sit down and get your mind right and embrace what it is. Like you say, a lot of times it's the things that we did when we were children that come so easily to us, and
Right.
you're even in the process now, and I'm glad you even did it with talking about that, because you transition into the purpose, because
Mhm.
you are getting ready to talk about it. Your book submission takes place behind the scenes of purpose.
Yes.
I wanted you to share that point, because I, number one, submission has such a negative connotation to so many people,
Mhm.
but you're flipping that thing to say submit to purpose. Share something about that with us.
The Men to Purpose. Whew. So my book is called Behind the Scenes of Purpose. And it's called that because, for one, we always see a finished product.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what a person went through to create this product or become this person. So behind the scenes, you have to submit and align yourself with what God is saying. Submit means to commit to your purpose. It means to get rid of behavior patterns, old mindsets that don't serve you. Unlearn some of these things that our mother, our father, and some of our spiritual leaders have taught us that don't serve who we are in purpose. So that's what submitting to purpose, committing, redirecting your focus, even on those days that you don't feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to submit to purpose. It's a daily thing. It is a complete process that takes place in the mind and then in your behavior.
Honey, Kelly said facts. Oh, honey, she said that's good. Submitting to purpose. Absolutely. It is a daily process. And I think that's what maybe a lot of people go wrong, because you think that, okay, I'm going to say that I'm going to do this. And then you just think that it's a switch that goes off in your mind and you just automatically going to do it. But it is consistently, daily renewing your mind, committing to whatever your goal is, and then sticking through the process no matter what.
No
It
matter.
doesn't matter that, if some days, it's raining hard outside, or some days your money is funny, or some days, you got into an argument with your significant other. Those things can't stop you when you have a definiteness of purpose. So you
Right.
have to continue to move forward. But submitting to that is just on a whole different level. So I cannot wait to read the book so that we can get ourselves together, because it is about your mindset. It is about, making those changes
Yeah.
and just being committed to it. So I want to read a part of here, because it talks about you being an author and a speaker, where you have shared your healing process from being molested, raped, verbal and physical abuse, and how God revealed to you purpose through your pain.
Yes.
You are captured international audiences by being completely transparent and relatable.
Mhm.
You're now the author of two self-published books that break and shake up people's perceptions of life.
Yeah.
You are shifting the mindset and breaking the chains of mental bondage and behavioral patterns that have held us back from aligning ourselves to whom God has called us to be. Now, baby, whoever put this thing together for you, girl, high five. Yes, yes, because they captured the essence. That
Mhm.
is just so good to hear those type of things being put out there, because we need to know more than just what the average little quote unquote, bio says. You want to have a little meat to that thing. So for everybody else, y'all better read and see what she's talking about so we can get ourselves together. Yes, I love it.
Mhm. I mean,
So,
it's go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
no. I was going to say, so tell us about, even the process of becoming an author. What made you, make that decision? I know that you were going through things, but what made you decide to write it down and put it out there?
Girl, let me tell you. it it wasn't a decision, it was a call. It
Hmm.
was me answering the call. When I wrote my first book, and I wrote my first book, what, 2 years ago, roughly 2 years ago. Well, in 2007, I was at the Essence Festival with my cousin. It was a guy she was dating, and he had got on my nerves so bad. But he said to me, he said, I want to tell you something. And he said, I know I don't got on your nerves, but I want to say this to you. He said, there is so much in you. People are going to be healed through your voice. He said, you have a book to write. I call that boy everything but the child of God. So him to get out my face, I'm not writing no book. What is you talking about? So I'm like, I barely talk to people. You talking about write a book? So I moved to Atlanta in 2015. I heard the words, through the pain I rise. Immediately something, God said, write it down. I wrote it down, left it in my phone, never went back to it. 3 days before my 40th birthday, or 2 weeks, or however many days it was before my 40th birthday, he said, now it is time to tell your story. I'm like, what story? He said, your life. Wow. And I immediately went back to the Essence Festival, standing on Canal Street in front of the Marriott, on what the guy Cedric had said to me. And I knew, and that's what that title was, and how everything just was like, okay, now it's time. So when I wrote my book, a lot of people didn't know. I told when I was 5 years old that I was molested. I never told again. So every experience from age 5 to 12, I never said anything. Every time I got knocked across the head, I never said anything. When I got raped, I never said anything. I shared with my kids as they were growing up some of my experiences, but they never knew who.
Right.
And I shared with them to break the generational cycle, the generational curse, because you're not going to experience. I'm the last. It stops with me. I am the last person. And when I wrote my book, everybody was upset. But God told me, you're writing your book to heal, to set free, to deliver, to rebuild, and to empower. This book ain't about you. This book is for your voice to be heard, to heal. And so I had to take that stance. No matter what came my way, no matter what family member was upset, I had to take that stance, because I was I'm molested by family members. I was raped by an old boyfriend. So I literally had to take that stance to say, this is what God called me to do, and this is what I'm going to do, no matter who it upsets. Because this is about purpose. This is about his call that is on my life. And I don't need your stamp of approval. He's already validated and proven me. So that's what it is. And so literally taking that approach with everything, because whatever I do, I consult God first. When he tells me something, I sit with it. I don't need someone to give me the yes, go ahead and do it. God already said do it. And so I've been able to conduct myself in that way and know when experiences are coming my way, if they're from God. Because if they're from God, they're going to be a confirmation of what he's already said. It's not going to be something totally different and you're trying to change the course of my purpose. The alignment of what he said. So yeah, that's
Honey, you have dropped, when I say the nuggets that you've dropped just in talking about that, number one, for so many people, and I believe you said it earlier, stop trying to say you're waiting on God. You're not waiting on God. God is waiting on you. You're not having to go and do all these extra things because he's already told you. You just got to stop and listen and stop trying to find it in everybody else. But what I love that you said in here is that he revealed purpose through your pain. But then also there's power in your transparency.
Yes, it is.
So when you say it stops with me, that's such a bold statement. And you can be bold because you have a father that you talk to, that you listen to, that tells you. And for so many people, you operate in brokenness and things like that when you go through stuff, but it's because you haven't laid it bare. You haven't just said, listen, it stops here with me. So was there someone in your life, that you were able to model after to see their strength, or was this just something that you had to get on your own as you were going through life, picking it up?
Well, my mom is a strong woman, right? But strong doesn't always show us the vulnerable side.
True.
And I think that's the problem that we have with Black women.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to be strong, but can you be vulnerable? And this is something I talk about in my book, understanding that vulnerability creates a space of growth within yourself.
It's powerful.
If you're vulnerable, then you can ask questions. You
Mm.
can say, I don't know how to do that. I need help. You can verbalize how you're feeling. And so I did get a piece of that from my mom, strong, right? But the vulnerable side I got through my relationship with God and
Mm.
being transparent with God, and then understanding that I can be transparent with you and whoever comes my way. Because ultimately, no matter how much you judge me on my transparency and my vulnerability, God has given me the stamp of approval in my transparency, in
Yeah.
my vulnerability.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's where the power comes in. Listen, Kelly said, honey, get off my toes. Absolutely. And I'm going to say this for a long time, even for myself, being strong, I was the oldest sister, and I've had a lot of grief in my life. And
mhm,
they put me to a place where I put a wall up and I did not feel comfortable crying.
mhm,
I felt like that was for me, maybe that if I cried, it would be a weakness or it would be a brokenness, or, maybe if I started, I would never stop. But I had somebody, a good friend of mine, to share with me that there's strength in tears, and you have to be vulnerable in order to go, like you say, to grow, to experience growth.
yeah,
And that's a beautiful way to put it. And I think for a lot of people, we don't ever get the validation of being vulnerable,
mhm,
but it's just as powerful as the transparency.
yeah,
And when you can be real with people and you show up just as you are, and they can either take it or leave it.
take it or leave
Because
it.
as long as God is giving you the stamp of approval, that's really all that you need.
That's all you need.
And because he's giving it to you, he's going to put people around you who are going to accept you for who you are as well.
It's going to accept you who you are. They're going to love you for who you are. I always tell everybody, your tribe is waiting on you. God has already created your tribe. All you got to do is put forth your gift. Your tribe will arrive. And because they're waiting on your voice, there's something in them that is pulling you. They need to hear you. And when you begin to speak and to come out of your shell, those people will show up. And that's your tribe. Most of your tribe is not going to be your family and your friends, period. They feel like they know you too well. And they don't want to see most of them, not all of them, don't want to see you past where you are.
Yeah.
So they don't want to see you grow. You can tell them the exact same thing that they're going to pay a counselor for.
Mm-hmm.
They can save their money and redirect that money into their purpose, into their gift, and
Yes.
their savings account. But because it's coming from you, they don't see it and recognize it. But
Mm-hmm.
they'll go over here, and I see it all the time in many shape, forms, and fashion. I saw it when I was a hairdresser, a hairstylist. I seen it as a personal trainer. I see it now as a motivational speaker and an author and a coach. I see it all the time. And it's like, y'all, you think mental, spiritual, financial is one more. Mental, spiritual, and financial. If we all are trying to be healthy,
Mm-hmm.
live a really healthy life, we have to cover the key components.
Yeah.
Healthy life. Physical is one, spiritual is one, financial is one, and mental is one. We cannot let one overpower or overshadow the other, or we
Yeah.
don't be healthy. And whatever area that we're unhealthy in, that area is going to rise up and be exposed.
Mm-hmm.
Will we take the opportunity to see it and take the opportunity to heal in it? There's hurt in every area of our life when we think about it. Financial hurt
Yeah.
that we need to be healed from.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritual hurt that we need to be healed from. Physical hurt that we need to be healed from. But then not to mention these emotional other wounds that we
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's it comes full circle.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like our lives comes full circle in those areas. And if we're going to be healthy, then we need to make sure that we're healthy in every component of life. Not just I'm healthy physically.
Yeah.
Can I be healthy mentally? Can I be healthy spiritually? Can I be healthy financially? So when you look at excellence in health, that's my interpretation of excellence in health. Am I walking in all those areas of my life, or am I walking in one area of it? So that's why I'm honored to know that
Yes.
yes, I am walking in every area.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not the physical stance of health, you know. It is
Right.
overall picture of health for me.
Mm-hmm.
So
And that's powerful. And listen, you really just, because I was going to ask you, what does excellence in health mean to you? So you listen, we right here, we right here. I love that when you look at the different components, because it does take healing and being whole holistically in every single area. Because again, you people want to be rich so bad, but you see so many people who are wealthy and still commit suicide, wealthy and still unhappy,
yeah,
mentally burnt out, mentally stressed out,
yes,
or your physical health is not good.
yeah,
And so when any one of those areas are weak, it pulls on everything else, and it pushes you, what they say, dis-ease,
yeah,
because
yes,
that sums it up. And so I'm glad that you gave us those four pillars, because it definitely means that we need to take our time to start paying attention, not just to one area, but all four. And if you can be healthy in all four with how you operate, then you can see so much success in life. Then you can really enjoy life to the fullest.
yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Now I'm laughing because beforehand, first and foremost, let me go back and say, as I was looking through your pages and everything, your date of birth, it's the same day as my mom. So I was like, she's got to be good people already. I already knew that you were going to be like a great person anyway. But then
Thank
you come on and say, when you reached out, greatness. And I love that you address people like that. What made you start doing that?
that is through my pain.
Mm,
If I'm going to be completely transparent, I didn't like people for a while.
gotcha.
And I didn't like people because of my experiences, being raped, being molested, domestic violence. And so my perception of people was horrible.
Gotcha.
And so God began to allow me to see the greatness in people through my healing. And I would never forget, and I wrote about this in my first book. The guy that molested, God had me to call him and speak greatness into his life, begin to prophesy into his life. That was the most difficult thing that I believe that I've ever had to do.
Mm,
God, do you not know what this man did to me? You because you're omnipresent, right?
right.
And I'm trying to heal at this time, but that wasn't a requirement in my healing. And I remember calling him and telling him, "Thus says the Lord." And at the end of that call, calling him greatness. That was the first time I'd ever did it.
Mm,
Now, this was over 13 years ago.
mm,
15 now, years ago. The first time I used that word, calling an individual greatness.
wow.
And I hung up that phone and I cried like a baby. God, why did you have me? I was upset. Why did you have me do that?
Mm-hmm.
And he told me, I'm restoring your view on people. And I
Mm,
need you to see that there's greatness in everyone. And I need you to speak to people in that manner, because some people have not heard that.
mm-hmm.
Some people have been called stupid and dumb their whole life, and
Yeah.
they believe it. No one has ever called them greatness. God confirmed that through action as I began to say, "Good morning, greatness. Hi, greatness." I had people saying, "I've never heard anyone call me this before in my life."
Wow.
So that is why. And I have to be careful with it, because, you're talking to me and, hey, greatness, they feel some type of, no, baby.
What you say?
No, baby.
Let's be clear.
Let's be clear.
But know what? The funny thing about it is for some people who hear it, because they've never heard it, they can't even really receive it.
They can't. Some of them can, and then some, it's something wakes up on the inside of them.
Mm.
But they can't receive it because of their perception, their experiences in life. So they can't see good intentions.
Yeah.
Because of perception, mindset.
Exactly, exactly. That is so powerful. I'm so glad that you are being honored this weekend. I'm telling you, everyone, if you are not already registered, please go to the SheEOconference.com link so that you can be in the place. The awards gala takes place on Saturday, so make sure you do that. But we're doing so much. It's 4 events for the whole weekend, starting on the 10th, which is Friday. So make sure you tap in, come and check us out and see what's going on, because you already getting a sneak preview of this amazing lady. And before we go, I told you in the beginning when I mentioned to you about Auntie. Listen, now I see why, because your delivery is just how you do things. It just makes people think of their favorite auntie.
Yes.
How did you get yours started?
So it's funny. It came as a joke. One of my friends, we were at one of our friends' house, and they was like, "Oh, that's Auntie Deliqua." So joke. But then I started really thinking about that thing. And I was like, you know what? I started thinking about 2 of my aunties, one on my dad's side and one on my mom's side. The one on my dad's side, she's very brash. She don't care. She's going to tell you exactly how it is.
Just like it is.
The one on my mom's side, she's going to have a little tenderness to her firmness.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I thought about the things the posts that I create, and when I'm talking to people, and I'm like, you know what, you are that auntie. Like, you are both of your aunties. You are both of them
combined,
right, in one. And so that's how that came about. And it's funny because, like I told you, you were the second person today that me up and said that. So it's like, okay, people are catching it now.
Right, I saw it. I was like, when you say hey, girl, I was like, okay, but hey, auntie.
So that's how that came about. But it's funny because you were able to see it. You're like, I see now. So yes.
Right, exactly. It's just the rawness and the realness and the transparency, but at the same time, giving you what you need to hear.
Yes.
As you said, it's things that it's time out for, just letting people just go all over the place. And coming from that space of where you've been exposed to what you've had to deal with, and being able to do the work and trust God and trust the process to be on this side where you can be honored, such as this. And Kelly put, this is why we are honoring this beautiful soul.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank
Absolutely. Very much well deserved. So
Thank
we thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you receive your award on Saturday. Would you like to leave the guests with anything else before we take off?
My favorite saying, just for people to always remember that greatness is on the inside of them, and to tap into their own individual greatness every single day. And if you fall down, get up, dust yourself back off, and tell yourself it's okay, and you can get up and try it again. That's it.
Beautiful. Please let them know how they can get in contact with you. I've got some things scrolling across the bottom, but I know that I believe I put a link tree up there. So I'm assuming that's how to get in contact with you for your fitness things, but also your author. So just share with them again how they can connect with you, because baby, they need to. You need to reach out immediately after this broadcast. If you catch the replay, put #replay, go into her site.
Okay. So author DeliquaIsom.com. My fitness apparel is flawlessfitnessapparel.com, and then my fitness is flawlessfitness.biz, and just Facebook is Deliqua Isom.
Awesome, awesome. Well, again, thank you so much. I'm telling you, the people that we have been seeing here. Look, even P. Angela said, "Come through, Auntie. Love your simple and powerful wisdom." Absolutely, and that's what we need right now. We need somebody who can just cut through all the foolishness and give it to us straight with no chaser, in love, so that we can receive it in love. Exactly.
Yes.
Well, Deliqua, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you today. Look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You are welcome. All right, guys, we are ending the broadcast again. Look for us. We will be back on tonight. We're going to talk to Dior, Honey Truth Dior at 8 p.m. So make sure you come on back so you can talk to her. She's another one that is going to be receiving the Excellence in Health Award. So we are super excited. We just some amazing women that we are getting connected to, and I just love it. And listen, if you don't have a priority for your health, make it a priority now. These ladies are, sharing with you ways that you can do so. And it's not just about going and working out and getting your 30 minutes in or whatever. It is about being healthy in every single area, mentally, physically, financially, and what is the other one?
Spiritual.
Spiritual. Yes. Everything, it takes a balance. And listen, make it a priority because the greatness in you depends on it.
Right. It deserves it. It's waiting. Come on. I'm here. I'm waiting. Come on. Let me.
Yes, caller. Look, reach out. All right, you guys take care and be blessed, and we will see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.